Fine! I'll make a sweet roll. Hello and welcome to another edition of Chiodini's Kitchen, video game recipes made real. Now, I should really kick off this very special episode by saying a massive thanks to Kathy, because she sent me an honest-to-goodness whisk all the way from New Zealand. Kathy, thank you so very much. You've made Chiodini's Kitchen that little bit better. And in fact, I can probably find a use for this whisk in today's recipe, because you asked repeatedly, and we answered eventually. Today we are making sweet rolls from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The only thing is, I feel like this episode's been built up so much, I'm not entirely sure I can do it justice, just me alone in my better but still not great kitchen. I feel like it needs something more, it needs something more ambitious. I need a better kitchen.
And a friend!
So yes, hello, I've roped in Seb from Cam and Seb, makers of Skyrim mods, because, well, we're going to make a sweet roll from Skyrim and it would have felt disingenuous not to have you on, really, so...
Thanks.
Hello, how are you?
I'm hungry.
Oh.
Hungry, I have a sweet tooth for sweet rolls. I don't understand why we're on the floor.
Oh, this is the bit where we sit on the floor and we read out the list of ingredients.
Okay.
Here, read this.
Alright, okay, so 235 grams of butter, 175 grams of caster sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 eggs, a lot of twos here, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 125 mils of milk, 200 grams of cream cheese, and 125 grams of icing sugar.
It was very well done.
Thank you, I'm very good at reading your writing. It's quite good.
Oh, thank you very much. First step, we need to find a bowl of mixing. And then that's it.
Cool.
I should say, actually, not only is there beautiful artwork, but look at this. Whisks, rolling pins, and measuring spoons.
And love hearts, Johnny.
You have absolutely everything in this kitchen. It's absolutely preposterous.
A bowl for mixing.
Yes!
Everything we need.
Right, so into this bowl we need to put the butter, caster sugar, vanilla extract, and maple syrup. So let's get some scales and weigh out some butter and caster sugar.
If we're going with Skyrim techniques though, should we not like just measure it by just fistfuls? Fistful of this, fistful of that.
Do you remember how that went last time?
Yes.
Feel that. What is that? Smell that? Oh, what did that used to be? How 7 Johnny got fired.
You almost died.
And we nearly burnt the office down.
I do remember.
Okay, so caster sugar. Butter. Vanilla extract. Oh, look at me, I'm using a measuring spoon for once.
Maple, syrup. 1 and 2.
And now we need to cream all that together, and ordinarily at this point, because you've got a really well-equipped kitchen, I'd ask to borrow a whisk.
Don't have one.
Because you don't? Oh great, well it so happens that I own one now,
Ooh.
So I'll be using mine. So now we need to add 2 eggs, 1 at a time. How are your egg cracking skills?
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Go
How
on.
much do you like shell?
Loads?
Then excellent.
I'm going to see if I can teach you how to crack an egg one-handed.
I have tried it before.
It's not super hard. You just take an egg
Yes.
on the flat surface,
Yes.
hold it like that,
Yes.
bonk, and then you kind of fold it out like that.
Okay.
It's the same as cracking an egg and doing that. You're just doing it one-handed and going like whoop.
Okay.
See? Let me beat that in and then it's your turn.
Okay.
This whisk is amazing.
So it's
Just like and then
it's splat and fold.
Correct. Yeah.
Splat and fold. Okay, so God, this is gonna be a nightmare. Splat.
Yes! No, that's good!
Shell. I shelled it. I'm sorry.
Where?
Right about. Oh God.
Oh come on, that's tiny.
I get that a lot.
That's
There we go.
But that's it. That is exactly it. You were maybe a bit too firm, but
There we go.
ta-da!
Delicate.
Cooking. No one told me whisks are this good. Anyway, the next step is to add in the self-raising flour and cinnamon. Seb, would you mind telling the audience at home what you just noticed about the ingredients list?
apparently you're supposed to make sweet rolls with some form of flour. There's none. None at all. None on this list. That list I read was lies.
Let me look at the list on my phone. We need 250 grams.
It's another 2. Guaranteed a 2. I will add it. 250 G's of self-raising flour. Done.
Thank you.
Saving the day.
In another Chiodini's kitchen first, I'm about to sieve my flour, which is not something I normally do. It just goes in sort of chunks and all.
It's all expert up in here. Totally expert.
1, 2. Now we're just going to sift that in and mix it up with a wooden spoon or similar. Now, as you can see from this stuff that Seb is diligently mixing, it's kind of a stiff, almost dough at the minute.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're looking for is more the consistency of a batter. So the last step before we put it in the mini bundt tin is to add 125 millilitres of milk.
Milk.
So I'll go get some milk.
Yes.
So when we add the milk, here's a fun thing that you may not necessarily know. You can just do most fluids by weight, because a milliliter is about a gram. So we're looking to add 125 grams of milk. It's just that nobody ever says that, because if you ask for 125 grams of whiskey, people would think you were weird and drunk.
Do you want 100? I have 125 grams of whiskey.
Yes, please.
We can booze up these sweet rolls.
That's too much milk.
There's some.
Just take another 5 grams off there.
There's some more.
3 grams.
There is some more. 1 more gram.
1 gram of milk, please.
Sludge goo.
Nom, nom,
Delicious
nom.
sweet sludge goo.
I can't wait to eat this on my travels to and from Whiterun.
Every single time I bake stuff, I always think someone had to go through this and go, this will be delicious at the end.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah, right. Who was the first person who saw this and thought, I am on to a winner?
Along with a lot of other things, like, who went, I'm sure what this is missing is chicken embryos.
That is a very good point.
Like, someone went and goes, I'll take these unfertilized chicken embryos and make cake. I will be that person.
I believe his name was Francois Cake.
Jim Cake.
Right. I mean, over the course of this discussion about how disgusting it looks, that now looks like a perfectly serviceable cake batter.
That is legitimate batter.
Yeah, so what we're going to do now is take our sweet roll pan and grease it with a little bit of butter, and then we're just going to pour that batter in there and sling it in the oven. And that is a process we call baking. So it turns out we made just about enough batter, but I overfilled the first few, so Seb is very kindly balancing out this one in the corner,
Readjust
which looked a bit anemic.
with the precision of a one-handed blade. I was making lots of very tiny cuts.
Yes. So I think those are about ready to go into the oven, which I did not tell anyone at home to preheat, sorry. You're looking for 180 degrees, which I think is gas mark 4.
Did he get the shelf in the right place? Yes. This one or this one?
Top.
middle?
Top.
Top?
Yeah, God, I don't know. Well, what if they
Doesn't
rise
matter.
lows? Okay.
It's in there. We'll find out. Come back later for burnt sweet rolls.
So those are going to sit in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, but of course, as anyone who's played Skyrim will know, a sweet roll is not just a little mound of cake,
No.
it's also covered in some delicious frosting.
That's what makes it sweet, ultimately. Otherwise it's just a sort of savoury brick.
This is true. We should make some frosting.
Okay.
So, we need to add in some more butter.
Okay.
200 grams of cream cheese. And 125 grams of icing sugar. And of course, with this being frosting, you'll need to use your ice form shout.
Is Spanos!
And there you go, that's how you make frosting. That is the only way to do it. Of course, there is no other method that you might use.
Forks, whisks,
no,
they won't work.
All of them out there.
Just shout
at it. Alright, so it's been 25 minutes. Let's see. We may as well sort of open the oven door and see what we've got.
Believe.
Go for it.
Prepare for steam. Steam is done.
There we go. Ooh, hello. Those have risen and browned on the top and have steamed up the camera. Should we take those out and do a skewer test?
Let's do a skewer test.
Yes, alright. Pokey with knife. Came out perfectly clean. Those are done.
Alright.
Sweet. Okay, so our sweet rolls are done. Now we're just going to leave them to cool, and then we're going to frost them.
We'll be back on the first of Frostfall. 3, 2, 1. Flip.
Flip. Whoa!
Oh,
Yes.
we are master bakers.
Alright.
I'm going to say a lot of the darkness is because of the cinnamon, not because we had the oven too hot.
Yes, indeed. Nice.
It smells so good.
Ugh.
It smells so
I'm
good.
going to frost and eat you.
Oh, yes.
Well, those are our 6 sweet rolls from the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but how do they taste?
In fact, you know what? We should do the tasting on my channel instead.
That is an excellent idea. On screen now you'll find a link to a very special food-centric edition of Skyrim mods in which we will be, well, dicking about in Skyrim and eating these sweet rolls.
Yes.
Sorry we haven't actually eaten them on the end of this video, but hey, thanks for watching either way. Do keep those recipe suggestions coming in and have a lovely day.